Have you ever seen one of those girls who's just crushing life? I mean, she seems so focused and on top of her game. She excels at what she does. She's got an upbeat attitude and she doesn't waste time with self-doubt or negativity. I mean, this girl is strong and beautiful and she's always working hard and pushing past failure to success. She's a ninja babe, and that's you. You are that girl who has confidence oozing out of her skin. You crush it on the ninja course and you follow after your dreams full throttle. You focus on being you and don't compare your journey to somebody else's. Maybe you're listening to this and thinking, gosh, I wish I was that girl. Well, be her. We are all capable of being the best version of ourselves that we can be. And that's what Ninjababes is all about. Not because we are perfect or like to pretend that we are. As the Ninja Babe community, we support and encourage one another to excel at what we do. We are here for each other like sisters, and we aren't afraid to be transparent about our failures. It's about being willing to be yourself and inspire others to do the same and be strong in their own journeys. My name is Cara Palillo, and this is the Ninjababes podcast. It's National Ninja League's finals weekend! Woohoo! I am excited and maybe a little bit nervous, but mostly just absolutely stoked for this weekend. I can't wait to see all the friends, new and old, and to just have a blast. These events are always so much fun. You see people from all over the country, you make new friends, you try new obstacles. It's just one big party. It's like summer camp. I love it. So this episode airs today, Friday, which means finals officially starts tomorrow. But maybe for some of you, you're listening to this episode and finals has already happened. So that means you already know all that goes down and you're one step ahead of us. But for right now, we're still living in Friday. So if you're home and you're not able to make it to finals in Atlanta, I'm pretty sure they'll have a live stream up just like all the other NNL events. And if you're down here, that means you get to play on all the awesome equipment they've got down here. The wig nuts, the bungees. So many of the holds here are made by Monstro Holds, which are my friends and awesome sponsors. They make really superb ninja equipment. And if you don't already know about Monstro, it's a ninja holes and equipment company started by Eric Totten and Lucio Batista. If you've ever swung on one of the wing nuts at Ninja Quest, Action Athletics, Warrior Tech OCR, TA Fitness, then you've already experienced the beauty of their work. I shared a lot about Monstro in our last episode with Jessie Graff, so for sure, check out that episode if you haven't already. Lucio Batista and Eric Totten of Monstro Holds are the real deal. Eric has a long resume of experience working with casting, molding, CAD design, and metalworking, and Lucio has an incredible drive to better train and test the limits of ninjas everywhere. Together, these two make an unstoppable duo and bring us their creativity and innovation in the Monstro product. I'm honored to train with these holds and have these two in my life and as part of the Ninjababes brigade. Don't forget to check out MonstroHolds.com and use code NINJABABES, all lowercase, for 15% off your order, excluding wig nuts and sale items. And by the way, March is right around the corner. And you know what that means. Ninja vs. Ninja. Who's excited? I know I am. I can't wait to watch this season. I'm even more pumped to watch this time because I was able to test the course at Ninja vs. Ninja. So I feel like I'm right there with the competitors and all the jumps and the moves and everything that they do. It was such a blast testing and I feel so honored to be able to have been there. And I'm stoked to see how the teams do. In fact, our interview today was recorded during that week during testing at Ninja vs. Ninja. So it felt appropriate to share it with all of you now as you get excited to watch this coming season and root for your favorite ninjas. I won't say who I think is going to win. Let's jump into this interview. I'm here today with the woman that most of you know as the Ninja Warrior community's biggest cheerleader and the adopted ninja mother to us all, Ginny MacColl, the mother of Jessie Graff. Ginny has had a wide range of acting experience in TV and radio commercials, and dancing, acting, being a part of the musical Pippin in the 70s. Ginny competed in season 9 of American Ninja Warrior, and we've all been so excited to see her involvement in the community and how much she's grown. And we're actually here together this week testing the course for Ninja vs. Ninja, and I'm so excited to be here. Today we're actually chilling in the Graff house with Samo, and it's been a really fun testing session so far. We've only had one day, but we're really excited to get into it today and this week. Samo's over here sleeping. If you happen to hear a little bit of nuzzling or some heavy footsteps going around, that's Samo. So it's just us ladies here chilling at the house.
You might mention that Samo Hogg is Jessie's pig pet.
Yes, that would be a good point out.
In case some of you don't know, but she's adorable and she does make some interesting sounds and squeals.
Yes, I was very surprised by her sounds, actually. And she definitely has a song. I know Jessie was mentioning that last night. She'll get this little snort song going, and it's really adorable. I won't try and mimic it.
No, she probably will during this time, I'm sure.
What's that, Samo? Timmy fell down a well? Oh, you want to hear from one of our sponsors before we continue this interview? Okay, we'll be right back. Thanks, Samo. I'm here with my dear friend Nicole and her little one Holly, and I'm about to share with you, Nicole, one of my favorite new snacks, favorite new protein bars. Can you guess what it is?
I'm looking around. I'm gonna guess it's a Hiya bar.
Oh, no, there's only like 6 of them out on the table right now. I just got introduced to Hiya bars, and they're seriously one of my new favorite snacks. They're soft and they're chewy, and best of all, you get to try all the flavors right now, Nicole.
Yeah.
Clearly, even Holly is excited for this epic snack time right now. So for those of you listening, maybe you know that I'm kind of a freak when it comes to clean eating. I'm always the one checking all the labels. I would never eat stuff with too much sugar or added preservatives, weird chemicals, and dyes. I try really hard to eat organic and I try to eat as clean as possible so that I can be at my best energy and just performing my best in Ninja, at work, and in everything that I do. With ingredients like whey protein, dates, organic honey, almonds, cashews, peanuts, raw cacao, pink Himalayan salt, it's all things that I totally approve of and have right here in my own kitchen. It's like safe, normal ingredients that I feel good about, and I'm sure you'd feel good about feeding your kids.
Yeah, after I work out, I'm looking for something that, it's going to fill me up. It's going to be zero work because I have 2 kids. I don't have time, and these are delicious. They taste great. They're not too sweet. They're just the right amount. And I actually think I would share these with my kids and they would love them. They wouldn't know that they were getting something amazing for themselves. So I love that I can really trust what I'm eating. And I don't know if we mentioned, it's USA made, which is cool.
Yeah, right in Maryland, not too far away. The creator of Hiya bars, Jeff Davis, he really has a heart to see ninjas of all ages well-fed and eating healthy.
And I love that they hit all of my standards, no GMOs, no soy, which are 2 huge things for me. You can definitely taste that little bit of saltiness, a little bit of savory coming through. It's perfect.
I'm eating the peanut butter and jelly Whammo bar right now, and it's delicious. I love how it's soft, and like you said, it has so much flavor, but it doesn't leave any of that weird protein bar aftertaste that other conventional bars can give you.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I noticed. It's really clean. It tastes great. The texture, too, which is a huge thing. With some of these bars, it's super gritty, and this one's so smooth. Mm-hmm. It's really great.
Yeah, for sure. Holly, what do you think about the bars?
Yeah, that's good.
Make sure you head on over to hiyabars.com so you can fuel your fun without the junk. Hiyabars.com. It's HIYAHBARS.com. And you can get 15% off your order if you use code Ninjababes in checkout. Again, that's NINJABABES. So how have you enjoyed testing so far?
I have had a blast. I was really scared and nervous because anything I do for the first time scares me. I also have a fear of heights, so it's constantly trying to battle that. And my mind works against me because I'll go, I haven't done that before. What am I going to do? How am I going to do it? And then I get up there and it was just a blast. I loved swinging on the ropes and just testing the different obstacles. It was fun.
Yeah, I think that's all of our challenges, at least for me. Sometimes it's like, I know I'm capable of an obstacle, but if it's brand new, the first time is always like, okay, is this really going to go how it's planned in my head, or is it going to fail miserably? Let's see.
But the wonderful thing about it all is the cheering. I feel everybody behind me, cheering me on and wanting me to do better and to do good through it. And that is a great sense of confidence right behind you. And I think that's one of the things that we all love about the ninjas is that community and that support that you get.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I think that's the reason why so many of us have stuck it out. It's just you never feel alone. You never feel incapable because you always know that you have your friends and your teammates by your side. And
everybody out there has fallen at some point or another, so they can relate to it. And it's how you get up afterwards and get going again that it's all about. You can't let it stop you. If you love what you're doing, just keep at it. Keep doing it.
Yeah. Now, Ginny, so many of us look up to you as not just Jessie Graff's mom, but our ninja mom. You're the collective mother of us all, I feel like. And from the first time I met you at Ultimate Backyard Warrior till now, I've always felt this sense of encouragement from you and just that motherly, like, looking out for each one of us. And it's just so encouraging. I'm so glad that you're a part of this community and so glad that now you're on the obstacles with us.
Thank you. It's been fun, and everybody has included me so much. I don't feel like I'm the 66-year-old that I am. I feel like I'm, 30 again. So I just feel like it's a whole, friendship thing. It's Everybody's welcomed me in, which is great. And I mentioned that I'm 66. So that's part of my story is, I grew up in the 60s. And at that time, it was very different. In my high school, we only had 3 different women's sports, which I didn't do any sports. I found dance, and I loved it. I was a very shy girl, and I just loved the expression you get in dance. And it's a discipline for life, as is all the sports out there. So it's magnificent that women have entered into all the sports. But in my time, women didn't lift weights. It was kind of frowned upon. And, again, we didn't do that many sports. So finding this now is just wonderful for everybody. And now the way things are written is that women should be lifting weights because it's good for your bone density. You should be doing cardio because it's good for your heart. You want the blood flowing. And there's so many things that say that you should be exercising 6 days a week. An hour, even if it's just walking, get up, get going, start the process of getting your body moving. You can start I started at age 64. Again, I didn't have the rock climbing, I didn't have the gymnastics or the pole vaulting or some of the other sports that have made the ninja community work so well in obstacles, but you can gain it. It may take a little while, but you can when you're focused on that, get going and get that energy going. And then as you improve every day, you feel so much better about yourself. So that's what I would have to say about, the age is that don't let that stop you. Get up, start walking, start doing some cardio. It could be kayaking or biking or swimming or, many different forms.
Do you feel like you've gotten a sense of even feeling younger since you've started? Like, how do you feel physically now?
I do. I feel wonderful. It's really funny because when I was starting to get stronger, I would open a door that's kind of tough to open and it would just swing open. I'm like, wow. Wow, I'm getting stronger. This is wonderful. But Jessie inspired me. I saw her get so strong upper body when she had a knee injury, which is another interesting thing. You have an injury and you think, life is coming down on me. What am I going to do? But she took that incentive and got much stronger. And I'm looking at her and I'm going, wow, in a year's time, you got that strong. I want to get stronger. How do I get started? And she said, try pull-ups. And we're on different coasts, so it's kind of hard to work together very often, but we'll do Skype or we'll do some kind of video conferencing. And I couldn't lift my own body weight. I mean, I didn't have the upper body strength at all. Yes, I danced, and yes, I knew a discipline of trying to work out and stay, healthy that way, but I didn't have any kind of upper body strength. So I actually got a personal trainer because I didn't want to lift weights and hurt myself. I knew I would do that. And with a personal trainer, I had somebody there who would watch every move. My knees wouldn't be going in. I didn't, move my arms in the wrong direction with weights and what I could do. I don't think by myself I would have the knowledge of being able to go further with it, like have a heavier weight. I'd be going, wait, are you sure I can do that? So that was a great start for me. And it was after 7 months, I saw a huge change in tone and ability and strength. And I got a lot of confidence from it. So that's kind of how I started. But I want people to know out there, it's so important that you can get started. Don't use the excuse of being 50 or having worked for so long and you've gotten out of the rhythm of it. Get started. You can do it today.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just love, you're beaming, you're smiling. Even just talking to you right now, it's I can tell how, I didn't know you before you started all this, but I can tell it just makes you vibrant. I feel like anyone who works out, who's really adamant about their fitness and cares about their body and wants to propel themselves forward, it comes through in every area of your being, like in your smile and your vibe and your body. So it's really cool to see.
Thank you. And along with that, you have to have the right nutrition. So it just is, it snowballs from you getting stronger here, you start to eat the right foods. I mean, you get the encouragement of how you feel, and, you just keep going.
So I know you weren't always into strength training, but your thing was dance.
Yes. Right? Yes. I love dance. I found a place where I could be me. And as I grew up, I knew I had to be a professional dancer. That was my goal. That was my dream. I'm surprised that my parents let me go at age 20, but I guess in their time, my parents, people were getting married at 20, and they had, you're adult and you make your own decisions, and they went along with it. So off to New York I went, and I loved it. I danced every day. It was my whole life. I ate, slept, went to classes all day long. And from there, I had the wonderful opportunity of working with Bob Fosse in Pippin on Broadway. And that was one of the most wonderful experiences in my entire life, to be on Broadway. And then I was able to understudy a role of Fastrada, and went on for 2 weeks straight. And I would walk down the street and go, I'm a lead in Broadway. And it was the most wonderful time ever. And from there, it led to TV commercials. Don't ask me how I got from one to another, but people said you should do commercials. And I was like that housewife and mom look. So it just was a perfect time of my life, a perfect age, a perfect type. I fit into that category and did things like Sizzling. That's one of my favorites to talk about because there's a great story behind it, but that's another day. And Jordache jeans and Folgers coffee and Mr. Clean and Apple Computer, like dozens of these, Stovetop, Duracell, just that housewife and mommy type. And it was wonderful. And that's where Jessie and my son Darren were born, and we had a fun time in the city. I took the kids to the Natural Museum of History. Our playground was Central Park. We rollerbladed to school. We had make-believe of Jessie being Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, or, the Peter Pan, all this make-believe. I think it was from all the acting that I'd done too, that we just had a very creative, fun time. Even with brushing the teeth, we had the germs had voices, and the dog had a voice. So we had a lot of fun. And then I hit a big roadblock in my life with separation and divorce, which was a very tough time. It was like the carpet being pulled out from underneath me. And the kids and I moved to a very remote area in the Poconos in Shahola, Pennsylvania. It was beautiful. It was gorgeous, but very tough winters and tough living. And I ended up having to get 3 different jobs and trying to shuttle the kids from the baseball or the soccer. Jessie took my dance classes when I started teaching dance. And we just had to make do in inclement weather. We had blizzards of 93 and 96. We lost electricity and got stuck back in the house, which was more than a mile off a beaten track there. So we learned a lot of things about how to be independent and how to make things work. If a bat got into the house, we had to get it out. And there's funny stories about that where I had the kids go into their bedrooms, put towels under the door, and I'm out there trying to get rid of the bat. Or let's say it's hunting season. You can't necessarily walk home from school. The black bear was there. The blizzards were the hardest, and the loss of electricity. The kids had specific duties to do. They lived in the outdoors. We didn't have a computer or cell phone, for goodness sakes. So life was a little different, but it was exciting. They made teepees in the woods. They looked fondly at that time. It was a wonderful, if not a very tough time to get by. But we did it. I think you can see in Jessie that she forges ahead and knows and has that feeling of independence, of getting it done.
And I think it's so interesting, just thinking of the contrast, coming from the city where you learn independence in a way of, learning how to commute, learning how to get to and from places in the city, and then learning the almost, in a way, like the opposite type of independence when you're in such a rural area like that in the woods, and just learning how to fend for yourself, how to make fires, how to do all of that. It's pretty incredible, just the contrast and the different skill sets that she had to learn at a young age.
Very, yes. The house had to be painted. They were a part of that. If there was way too much snow piled on the roof, and I'm not talking a peaked roof, I'm talking about the roof that goes over a porch, we had to get that off before that's when the roofs were falling in, and it was like, okay, what are we going to do now? Okay, it's got to be done. How are we going to do it? Where is the limit of where you can stand? How do we, working through all these obstacles, you could say.
Just setting her up for success in the future.
In the city, I have to say that that's where I taught them to climb trees. I grew up climbing trees, so we had this tree that I sent them a picture of so that they could see it again. They're going, that was that big, huge tree. It was a small tree, but you have to learn, what is a rotten branch? Don't step on that. How to do everything with care and safety. If Jessie, which she always wanted to climb on something, if she wanted to go on the back of a bench, let's talk about how we're going to do it. And my hand is there to help you across. And I think that was a big part too. It wasn't like always saying, no, you can't do that. It was like, let's sit down and see how we can do it safely.
I think it's interesting too that you mentioned that about just learning how to carefully climb trees or, jumping onto the back of a bench. It's like you're teaching her at a young age how to think strategically and be aware of her surroundings and kind of formulate her steps ahead of time in her mind. Because I know that that's absolutely one of her skills now with Ninja, is being able to see the course and calculate her movements. And that's so cool to me to see the correlation.
Absolutely. Yes. You can see her on TV when you're watching it, her, mapping out where the hands are going to go, which one starts first, how to go through it. Yeah. She has an engineering mind, which I am very jealous of. I wish I had that. I don't have that natural ability of the swing and release. In dance, it's like very earthy, and yes, you leap in the air, but you're attached to the ground. It's not natural for me to swing off of a pole, a lache to another one. It's like, no, I don't want to let go.
Don't let go. Yeah. So tell me more then about when, Jessie started getting into working as a stunt double and doing all these crazy physical things. How did you feel about it? I'm sure you were proud of her, but were you initially surprised by any of her, like the steps that she took in life, or were you not surprised that she was this jungle animal?
I knew from very early on that she was going to be very special in whatever she could do. She was very creative in everything that she did. She took all my dance classes, so she had that grace, and I think you can see that on the set as well. But she was much more limber, and the gymnastics was just taking off with her. I taught her just easy tumbling, but I was like, wow. And so she got into gymnastics through high school and was wonderful at that. At that point, we moved to Maryland, and she joined the gym class there as well. But in high school, they recognized her for pole vaulting because she had the upper body strength. So she took that turn. Watching her through gymnastics is frightening in its own sense. I mean, as a mom, watching your child do that, you're always nervous for them. I mean, learning to do a backflip on a 4-inch balance beam is, conquering her fear. She's conquering fear, but I don't think a mom ever does feel that. The pole vaulting was also, upside down, something I just have no concept of. So that certainly helped her, and she loved the trapeze when she went off to camp. And she did pull-ups when she was little. She may have been 50 pounds, so it's much different her doing pull-ups than when I started. It was no 50 pounds to lift. But I think you can see that through all this, that women are very strong. And you just have to gain that confidence of getting started. And the more you get started, the stronger you get. Women can do anything you put your mind to. I've seen that through Jessie. It's like, I want to be able to do that. How can I do it? I'm going to do it. Follow your dreams. I always told Jessie to just be the best that she could be. And if she wanted to do the circus, which we all know she wanted very much, that these are the steps to take to do that. And she did it. Acting for me, I mean, anybody leaving, I grew up in Tennessee, and going to New York was like, you're going into acting? But do it. Let your dreams take you in a direction. It may change. You may change it along the way. I like to look at it as like a tree with all the branches. They may all relate, but to give it a try. My son is very different. He's not in the physical sense of it, but he's doing what he enjoys, and he likes it, and he likes the people he works with. So I guess what I really want to say is, no matter what age you can get started, no matter what your dream is, you can try it, whether it's making money at it or it's as a hobby. You can do it. Don't let your mind stop you.
And I think you're just a prime example of that, just seeing your life and seeing all the ways that you had to figure out things for yourself. And even with the kids, just teaching them firsthand how to be independent and how to forge their own way and be confident. I think that's something that's so important. Confidence is something that a lot of people lack, but just being able to have that internal drive of, okay, this is what I need to do. I'm going to figure out the steps. That is so priceless. And I think it's really incredible even to see you now learning the obstacles and building your own physical strength. You have that determination and you have that knowingness of, okay, this is where I'm at and these are the steps that I'm taking to get stronger. And it's awesome too how I know Jessie's had a big part in helping you and coaching you through that.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah, I've really enjoyed the relationship that we've developed. I really wanted to see what she was doing. When I watched her on the Quinn steps, I was like, how does anybody jump on that at that angle? I'm going to break my ankle. How do you do that? So I had to do that with the steps in closer and to try it, baby steps, taking it a little bit at a time. But the sense of accomplishment when you get it just makes you want to go on and on and on. And to be in a group of people who all enjoy with whatever sport it may be, to see them progress is like, wow, look at how they did it. Now, maybe I can do it, or maybe they can help me to get to the next step. Mm-hmm. And that's what's so neat about sports in general.
It's so amazing now also to see Alyssa Beard's mom, Daria Beard. She's getting on the obstacles and she's making us all proud as well. And it's so encouraging and inspiring to me to see how Ninja crosses generations. It crosses any age barrier, and people are just willing to go out there and do whatever their personal best is and get better from there.
Yes, I can't wait to meet her. It would be fun to, work out with her as well. I understand that she's a gymnast or was a gymnast, so I'm sure she can get going pretty quickly in this, because I know there are a lot of gymnasts that do well in ninja training. So, but I think it'd be really fun to work out together. I bet I could learn a lot from her.
Wink, wink. Shout out to Daria Beard if you're listening. Is there anything that I don't know, I always see you, like I said, just as the mom to this big old ninja community that's all over the country. And in the ninja world, like, you have friends from every state, from all over the place, just because we're constantly meeting each other at competitions or at Ninja Warrior, different things. It's really cool that, so many of us look up to you and relate to you and just see your strength and see you as an inspiration. Is there anything that you see amongst your kids that you want to any encouragement you want to throw out there for us, guys or girls, like for all of us?
Well, first of all, I appreciate what you say. That's really nice. I think to make sure that you don't let any little failure or any fall get you down. To keep going. It may be hard. I mean, we all feel bad. You may even be devastated at one point or another when you're not progressing. But to keep at it, little bit, baby step by step, just keep following that dream or that strength, or, take encouragement from other people. And most of all, pass it along. Help others as you have been encouraged as well.
Right. In my own life, my ninja journey has really changed my outlook. It's changed how I perceive obstacles in my own life, whether physical or mental. And it's really helped me to gain a new type of confidence. I've never really saw myself as an ill-confident person, but now doing physical obstacles, I realize it's so different when you're on the course and you see something that's challenging or that you've never done. It's really made me at times feel incapable, or at times just feel frustrated because I couldn't get something as soon as I wanted to. But I can really see how, as I've progressed in my last year of ninja training, it's taught me to not hold on to frustration and just dig deep into myself and find that drive and determination and confidence. And even starting the Ninjababes podcast and Ninjababes as a whole, I want to help draw that confidence and that feeling of deep determination. I want to draw that out of other women and show them that they have that confidence, they have that drive. And I think that's one thing that women aren't always taught, that they are capable of doing anything. I think sometimes women feel like I can do these things that I've been told are womanly things, or I can do this or that. But when I started getting stronger and getting more muscular, I did have not necessarily pushback, but I did have some surprised people in my life who were kind of like, oh, you're doing this now? Or like just saying like, wow, you've gotten so strong. But it almost felt like a negative comment. Yes, I am strong. Like, I'm a woman, but I'm strong. Even some of the modeling that I had been doing, I know, like, I would get looks from designers like, oh, her arms are too big, her arms are too muscly. But other designers loved it, and then they would look for a look for me that would match my body, my physical body type better. So it's just interesting to see all the different ways that people perceive women's strength.
And who's to say that we should be limited by the stereotypical definition of what women's strength has been?
So I've discovered this new confidence in myself. Do you feel like you can recognize ways in your own life that you found new confidence or that you taught confidence to Jessie when she was younger?
Definitely. I've gained more confidence just in being able to accomplish and go through an obstacle and nail it, as I said before. But I think it's important for women in particular, everyone, to know that you can be independent, or self-sufficient is another word, that you don't have to depend on somebody else. That's not to say that you don't coordinate with someone or, have the relationship and you choose what to do, each one of you. One person may want to wash the dishes, the other person may want to mow the lawn, and whoever does that is fine, but you should also know how to mow the lawn and do the dishes. It's important that you know how to do things and to keep learning and to be self-sufficient.
Yeah, I can recognize through the stories you've told me and what you've been sharing that even in Jessie's life, you taught her how to be independent, and you taught her, the skills that she needed in life, like whether it's changing a tire or being able to figure out how to manage her own life and make her own decisions. And I think that skill set definitely carries over into her life now and her career and how far she's come with Ninja.
Listen, none of us know what's going to happen. We don't have a crystal ball to tell us the future, but it's important that you keep educating yourself and know that you can do it on your own if you have to. And it's best to learn that every day. Take those opportunities to learn, whether it's, jumping an obstacle or getting across a stream, or the electricity goes out and you have to know where the fuse box is, or you have to have your own charge card or do your own finances. I mean, there are just tons of things out there, but self-sufficiency is so important. It's so important not to be dependent on somebody else for everything or anything.
And I definitely know for myself, starting the Ninjababes, I had to learn how to edit this podcast. I had to learn how to start a website and take all these steps. And if I had just sat back and said like, oh, I can't do that unless I have somebody else to show me, or unless I have a team in place, it would have never gotten started. And now I'm sitting here with you today recording this episode. And I just want to be able to influence and touch women's lives all over the world, and being able to just know that in myself I have this encouragement that I want to share, and being willing to take the steps to just figure out a way to get it out there, starting an Instagram and then starting a podcast and then taking the steps. And it's just so admirable to hear your life and how you were willing to just take those determined steps to raise your kids and to now be a part of Ninja. It's really truly amazing.
It's that confidence. It's that keep doing it. Get out there and do it.
Yeah.
Don't sit down.
Well, it's been so great hearing all of your encouragement, all your inspiration. Thank you so much for being on the show today. I'm so excited to just continue to see your progression in the sport and Ninja.
Thank you.
I hope we're both on A&W 10 next season.
Yes. And we will keep getting stronger.
Yes, absolutely.
It is fun. Fitness is fun.
Wow, definitely want to chew on that one for a while. That was a great interview with Ginny Graff. She has so much wisdom to share. And think about it. What are the areas in your own life that you've been pushing aside because you feel like you're just not capable of reaching your goals, or it feels unattainable because you've tried before and failed? Maybe you just need to reassess the steps that you need to take to get there. Your dreams can become a reality. Maybe you just need to call on a buddy to help you figure out what you need to do to take the next step for success. Remember, we're not alone in this community. Or you can even email me at theninjababes@gmail.com if you have a question or a comment or something you'd like to share that you think the whole community could benefit from hearing. And thank you again for listening. And hey, if you didn't know, these Hiya bars that we keep talking about are the same bars that hundreds of you just got to taste this weekend at NNL Finals. If you liked the bites that you got there, you will definitely love this sweet deal and the goodness that comes with it. So go visit hiyabars.com and get your order in. Use code Ninjababes for 15% off at checkout. I know I'm going to get my order in and buy me a box of those Whammo peanut butter and jellies. So good. Can't wait. And friends, you don't want to miss the next episode of the Ninjababes podcast, where I'll be interviewing Maura Sherman from Ninja for a Cure. I will also be giving you some more updates and behind the scenes of what's happening here in my apartment. Like I told you last episode, I'm super excited because Monster Holds is installing my very own ninja rig for me here at my apartment. Just this morning, I was perusing around the Monster Holds workshop with Eric and his wife Liz, and I got to see how the holds are made up close and personal, and it was so cool. I get so nerdily excited for construction and hands-on things like that. I'm all about getting my hands dirty. So I'm so excited to go back, and as Eric is constructing the ninja gym for my apartment here, I'll get to see more of how everything is made, and I think even get to try some of it myself, which is going to be pretty gnarly. I've never constructed anything like this before. I love art, I love painting, I love looking at design, but actually constructing a ninja hold, that is not something that's in my realm of experience so far. I'm more of a Etsy kind of step-by-step at-home craft girl, but I'm excited to see Eric in action. So stoked to be a part of that. Don't forget, monstroholds.com. Use code Ninjababes for 15% off your order. That's all for today. Thank you so much for listening. Please leave us a review on iTunes or on the Libsyn page if that's where you're listening. And feel free to contact me if you have any questions or comments at theninjababes@gmail.com. Thanks. And remember, be strong, be you, be a ninja babe.
You might mention that Samo Hogg is Jessie's pig.